Okay, so this big announcement I've been talking about. There are two types of sailors. There's racing sailors, people that love to work as a team and perfect their sail trim and squeeze every little ounce of speed out of their boat as they can, and they're racing for bragging rights. It is quite prestigious, you know, and like I said, the previous owner of Risque, my boat, was a champion racer. He was very well known. The boat was well known. My boat's been on the cover of racing magazines, you know, yacht racing magazine, and which is nuts because it's a Coronado 25. She's an absolute guppy, but he was so good at what he did. He took that trophy from people who had boats that were probably more capable when it comes to speed, and he still took them, which means it's a combination of all these things: teamwork, leadership, completely understanding the physics of sailing. It really is bragging rights when you win. I'm not a racer whatsoever. I have no interest in racing. I don't care if I'm the last one there or the first one there. What I care about is how fucking relaxing it is. It helps my PTSD. It helps calm me down. It helps me decompress in a way. Something about capturing the wind in my sails and shutting the engine off and listening to my boat do 5 or 6 knots through the water without a sound. It just lowers my heart rate, and it helped me find peace in a way, and that's the thing I fell in love with. The other part is the idea that when you sell someone a sailboat, you're not selling them the boat, you're selling them the keys to a dream, travel, destinations, a mobile floating home that makes its own drinking water and captures energy from the sun and the wind. And there's a freedom in there that I could feel it. I feel like we're all kind of debt slaves and wage slaves and clambering our way out of debt, and we're working till you're 67 years old, thinking that you're going to go see the steps of the Colosseum in Rome as soon as you retire, and you realize you're too old to walk the steps. And the hell were you thinking? You should have traveled and seen the world. And to me, that sailboat was the answer. So to me, I'm not a racer. I'm a destination sailor. That's what I want to talk to you about. I've seen everything on this lake. My appetite for sailing is infinitely bigger than the capacity of this lake. The lake seems smaller and smaller and smaller, and I know that there's a lot of great things about this place, man. It's convenience, it's close to home, it's safe, it's forgiving. But in the end, I'm sailing around in circles. And I've learned the fundamentals here. And I've learned how to maintain a boat here and how to kind of deal with your slip neighbors and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that I'm happy that I've spent this time on the lake on. I'm not keeping this boat another summer. I'm not renewing my slip fee, and I'm definitely not done sailing. I'm getting a boat down south. I'm on the market. Because my goal has always been to get to a liveaboard boat that my family and I can sail the world on, Coronado 25 Risque on the lake has been a great starter boat. I'm talking, if you want to have an ASA 101 class, there's your boat. Perfect starting boat. Now I need an intermediate boat. I need a coastal cruiser. I need something I can explore offshore in the ocean with. So it's got to be safe, it's got to be purpose-built, and it's got to be something I can sail on my own if I need to. I don't care if it's comfortable, but it does have to be almost turnkey. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving this boat to someone who deserves it. I'm gonna give Risque away. The first sailboat I ever got was just given to me for free because, oh my God, it was a nightmare project and I had no business taking custody of that boat. But it did plant a seed in me, and I'm happy I took it, but I'd never put that thing in the water. So when I give this boat to someone, I want it to be turnkey. I want them to instantly just be able to get on board and go sail. I'm gonna try to give it to Rick. Rick's helped me in a million ways. He loves sailing, he likes being outdoors, he's put just as much work into that refit on Risque that I've done, and I certainly wouldn't been able to do some of the things I did on that boat without him. And to me, the logical choice is to give it to Rick. And I want nothing for it. He's Canadian and he's super nice, so he's probably gonna be too uncomfortable to just take it for free, but if he gives me any money for that, I'm gonna turn right around and put it, I'll just pay for his slip and he doesn't have to know about it. But that's my goal. I'm off of this lake, and I think when I'm off of this lake, that'll be the end of the prologue. The prologue has been a great way to learn how to film, how to sail, how to do both at the same time, how to edit, how to grow as a sailor and as a videographer, but it served its purpose. The prologue has always been practice. This lake has always been practice. Risque has always been practice. It's time to sail to Catalina. It's time to sail to Santa Cruz Island. It's time to sail to Ensenada, Mexico. It's time to sail off the coast of Southern California, because if there was a Caribbean on the West Coast, it's that. That is a world-class cruising ground, and I'm about to take a big bite out of it. So I'm gonna wrap up my sailing season here on the lake, and then I'm gonna say goodbye to Risque, give it to Rick, say goodbye to this lake. I'm sure I'll be out on Risque as a deckhand instead of the skipper, helping Rick sail or just hanging out with Rick. I don't think this will be the last time I see Risque by any means, but it's time to find a boat more suited for my sailing appetites. And I hope you guys stick around. Definitely subscribe, turn on notifications, because that's coming real soon.